Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the September meeting of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission. And I'll call this meeting to order. We'll start off, and I'm going to ask Dr. Gloria Bonner if she'll give us a prayer and the pledge.
Thank you so much. Welcome to September. I'm still here.
Amen.
Please join me in prayer. Father, thank you for the power and privilege of prayer, and for your loving grace and great mercies. How grateful we are that you love us unconditionally. What an amazing God you are. We lift up the members of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Commission to you in prayer. Guide our thoughts, our decisions, our actions so that they reflect your righteousness and love for our community and beyond. In your darling son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Bonner. You know you're one of my heroes. So, first item of business, we'll consider if you'll look at the minutes from our meeting last month, and once you look at those, if I'll entertain a motion and a second. And at this time, I'm going to say something. Mitzi has requested that if we're making the motions in a second, if you kind of raise your hand or kind of be loud, because I have a tough time sometimes getting everybody written down. So if you'll take a second and look at these minutes.
Move for approval.
Have a motion?
Second.
Second from Charlie. Good deal. Thank you. Great. So another thing I need to ask, do we have anybody here from the public that has any comments or want to have any items that they want to discuss? I don't see anyone, so we'll move on.
We need to do roll call.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's do a roll call on the last motion.
Okay. Dr. Bonner,
Aye.
Mr. Cunningham,
Aye.
Dr. Duke,
Aye.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Montgomery,
Aye.
Mr. Roediger,
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet,
Aye.
Mr. Seiler, Mr. Wright.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. Thank you so much. We got a newbie here today, Shayla Mayo. Y'all be easy on her. She's got 3 items here. She's a busy person already.
Yes, sir. You know, they keep us busy in cultural arts.
Yeah, great.
So the first item I have for your consideration is a fee adjustment for our Express Yourself program. This is a program that started as something that was a smaller subset of the in-kind work that we do at the McFadden Patterson Park Community Centers and their after-school program. It's grown significantly over the past 4 years, both in content and in participation. So we've been able to make it its own program, and we teach 12 to 24 classes per year with 15 participants per class. With it being its own program, we've been able to better hone in on the needs of the 7 to 12 age group. So we've been able to do more medium-focused work with them. So we've done bookbinding classes, paper marbling classes, textile work, illuminations, and with that comes a higher cost of supplies. So we are proposing an additional $5 supply fee. The current fee is a $5 participation fee, so it would be an additional $5 for a total of $10 that would appear as a $5 supply fee and a $5 participation fee.
Sounds very reasonable to me. Any questions for Shayla? Looks like, so they end up taking a self-portrait of themselves,
Yes, so
kind of?
they all take we highlight individual artists, both contemporary and traditional. So we guide them through the process of making work in that artist's likeness, so it's different every time. So it may be a self-portrait, it may be an abstract piece, it might be textile work, but they all end up taking a piece home.
Very cool. Do I have a motion that we approve this fee adjustment?
Yeah, so moved.
Kent?
Second.
Second. Charlie? All in favor? Mitzi, you call roll.
Dr. Bonner?
Aye.
Mr. Cunningham?
Aye.
Dr. Duke?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Montgomery?
Aye.
Mr. Roediger?
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet?
Aye.
Mr. Seiler?
Aye.
Mr. Wright?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Okay, Shayla, you're still up?
Yes. So next, we have the proposal of a new program. It will be an art sampler night. This will be taking place at Bradley Academy Museum and Cultural Center, taking advantage of its location in downtown Murfreesboro. We want this to be an opportunity for adults in the community to have a fun, relaxing evening and enjoy something artistic. This would be completely run by our cultural arts staff for this first go-around, but we want to open the opportunity to hire artists to teach these, but for this first test run, we'll be managing all of that ourselves. It'll be a $15 fee per participant for an hour-and-a-half class, and that includes the cost of materials, participation, and light refreshments that we will provide.
Again, very reasonable. Good work keeping the fees down. Any questions on this new program?
I'm glad to see programming at Bradley and that as a focus to continue.
Yes, absolutely. We're definitely trying to realize the goal of making Bradley a destination in Murfreesboro. So there's much more to come this season on that, but we're starting small.
Is there a number for participants? How many?
Yes, we're looking at 15 to 20 participants per class.
Do I have a motion that we approve this new program?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second? Mitzi, call roll, please, ma'am.
Dr. Bonner?
Aye.
Mr. Cunningham?
Aye.
Dr. Duke?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Montgomery?
Aye.
Mr. Roediger?
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet?
Aye.
Mr. Seiler?
Aye.
Mr. Wright?
Aye.
Okay, Shayla, y'all are busy.
Yeah, so I've got one last thing for you. It's an approval of another new program. This will be a free program aimed at adults and teens in the community, starting at ages 16 and up. This will be a photography walk, so it'll be a 1-hour guided nature walk with our Cultural Arts Murfreesboro staff. They will learn some basics of photographing live subjects and wildlife photography. We want to use this as an opportunity to highlight the natural areas in Murfreesboro, starting with the Murfreesboro wetlands and then moving into other Murfreesboro parks. So this will be a free program. They'll be providing their own camera, and we'll be bestowing our expertise and knowledge.
Awesome. So different place each week? So I'm thinking participants will meet at whatever the next location is?
Yes, and we'll have this. It's a free program, so we won't have a registration fee, but we will have a registration set up so that we know contact information for each participant, and there'll be information sent out to them each week.
Again, very reasonable.
Move for approval.
Have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Who seconded? Charlie? All in favor? Or Mitzi, call roll?
Dr. Bonner?
Aye.
Mr. Cunningham?
Aye.
Dr. Duke?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Montgomery?
Aye.
Mr. Roediger?
Aye.
Mr. Shacklet?
Aye.
Mr. Seiler?
Aye.
Mr. Wright?
Aye.
Motion passes. Shayla, very good. Welcome. Keep
Thank
coming
you.
back.
Yes, so you'll see a lot more of me here soon.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman, if I could just commend not our whole cultural arts team, but the work that Shayla's doing. We want to get people in the doors at Bradley Academy Museum and Cultural Center and expose them to that building and the significance it has in our community. And Shayla's done a great job coming up with unique ways to engage that facility with the community, and we're looking forward to what's coming.
Very good.
And perhaps you will have a Professor Emeritus with the photography walk.
Yes, we'd love to have you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item, Nate, you've got a financial report for us.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is just 1 month into our fiscal year, so not necessarily too much to garner from this report, but just in an effort to keep you all updated as where we stand. We finished, as you'll remember, last month we brought our year-end report, and everything looked great. We're going through some numbers. We've had some fee increases over the past year, and then new ones that have just been implemented that are really going to increase our revenues. Every year we increase, more and more revenue. One piece of data that's interesting, in 2025, Borough Beach revenue from entrance was up 44% compared to the average of 23 and 24. So significant increase in revenue there, just to offset the rising costs.
Why was that, Nate? Why do you think that occurred?
We did increase the fees for Borough Beach. I believe regular adult admission was $8. We raised that to $12. So that was just a direct reflection of the increase in the price. But that was also kind of a goal of maybe lessening the demand and overrunning the pool at some points during the day. So our aquatics team managed that really well and did a great job this summer keeping everybody safe.
Any questions for Nate? Okie dokie. We'll move on to our next item of business. Caitlin May, you got to give us a bird report too.
All right. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm excited to be here today and share with you all a little bit about our Natural Resources Division work this summer, particularly with our youth-led program, which was sponsored by a grant that we received. So I'm excited to share a little bit of what we did this summer and what we anticipate doing next year. So just to kind of give you a little overview of what youth-led is, so the LED stands for Leadership Environment Development. This was a program that was put together by my predecessor, Kristen Hopkins, as a way to develop our workforce here in Murfreesboro, especially when it comes to sustainability and working with native plants and working within environmentally friendly kind of landscapes. So this was an 8-week summer intensive for 8 students between the ages of 16 to 18 that are all from Rutherford County, so they all go to city schools or private schools, online schools. They focused on gaining both hands-on habitat management experience and also doing sustainable design practice in a classroom. So our primary funding for this was provided by the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, specifically the Urban and Community Forestry Grant, which was part of the Inflation Reduction Act. The city, particularly Parks and Recreation, did provide some in-kind contributions in terms of staff time and vehicle usage, but overall our primary funding is from this grant. We worked with several different partners to develop the curriculum for this program, including Oregon State University's Professional and Continuing Education Department, New Directions in the American Landscape, and Beyond Organic Design. So we've been super excited to work with all of these organizations. So we were able to engage our students in a variety of different fieldwork activities over the course of the summer. We've got some pictures with some examples here. But the idea here was that students could both learn about and practice the type of habitat management that we do here in our parks and natural areas and gardens. So they focused a lot on invasive plant removal, particularly at places like Murphy Spring Wetlands, Oaklands Park, and they also participated in a volunteer event at the Stones River National Battlefield. We focused on planting a food forest at Patterson Park Community Center, which I will give some more details on in just a moment here. Looking at some litter cleanup at some of our trailheads, taking care of several of the native gardens that we have around the city here, including at the Wilderness Station in Barfield Park and at Murphy Spring Wetlands. And then finally, they also got to contribute a lot to our native plant nursery. So they did a lot with native seed sowing, cleaning, potting up plants, and things like that. On the other side, in our classroom activities, we got to engage them in a variety of different formats. So we got to provide some of our curriculum through slideshow lectures, but they also got to do a lot of hands-on activities such as practicing different types of design work, working in groups, writing personal reflections, doing career building activities such as resume development and mock interviewing. And then finally, you'll see here they did a final group design project. So one group focused on Oakland's Park, specifically in the Arboretum, and the other group focused on Patterson Park Community Center. They got to kind of offer suggestions on how they might better those landscapes and also how they might make them more sustainable. So to touch back a little bit more on the Patterson Park Food Forest, one kind of key component of this grant and of this project that we've been pursuing is developing a food forest in the rear entrance of Patterson Park Community Center. So on the left here, you can see that aerial imagery graciously provided by Mr. Easy. And then on the right here, our Urban Sustainability Coordinator, Riley Stevenson, over Natural Resources, put together this kind of conceptual drawing of how this area might look once it is fully established and fully complete. So a food forest seeks to offer different types of edible foods, and we try to lean towards native foods, that it's open to the community. Anyone can pick from it. Anyone can take what they like from it. That is what it's there for, to be a community food source. We were able to do our phase 1 installation with the kids this summer. So we installed about 13 trees and shrubs, which doesn't sound like much, but it's kind of a small area to start, so they'll get nice and big. We've got some blueberries, chokeberries, serviceberries, elderberries, lots of berries, if you haven't noticed the theme. But the kids got to take a look at what each of those trees and shrubs, how big they grow, what types of food sources they can offer, and they even contributed into how we designed this area. In addition to all of our work that we did here in Murfreesboro, we were also able to take our students on a field trip to Grow Enrichment in Nashville. So this is a permaculture farm site which focuses on sustainable and community farming. So they got to learn from their staff there about working with livestock, working with native plants, working with food forests and things like that. So they got to take all of the knowledge that they learned through the summer and really get to see it in hands-on action. Some of our outcomes for this summer in particular, each student did receive a stipend as part of that grant, so they got paid for some of their work during the course of the summer. They also received a certificate in the fundamentals of permaculture and food forest design from Oregon State University. So they'll be able to take that with them, whether they want to go into a job, whether they want to take it to college, whatever they want to do with it, they have that in their back pocket now. We removed invasive species from 3 different parks, cleaned up litter from 2 different trailheads, and then also sorted, cleaned, and sowed countless numbers of seeds. I probably couldn't even tell you even a good guess. But we focused on maintaining 3 different native gardens and planted those 13 trees and shrubs that I mentioned. So in total, our students contributed 672 fieldwork hours and 624 classroom hours between all 8 of them. Looking ahead, we do have some new aspects that'll hopefully come into play in our next year of this program. We are going to hopefully be incorporating work with the neighbors surrounding Patterson, so working with them where their yards can serve as a potential design site where the students can kind of learn how they might design for a real person's yard. We'll be working with New Directions in the American Landscape for our curriculum for next summer's program. And then this fall and going into the winter, we will also be offering some continuing education classes related to trees and food forests that will be open to the students, but also open to anyone in the public who would like to attend to. And that is all I have for you today, but does anyone have any questions that I can address?
When and how do you make application, and how do you determine who's going to be in the program?
Yeah, so we opened applications earlier this year, and the students submitted 2 short essay questions, so about 250 words each. We read through those and kind of just determined who we thought might be the best fit, who maybe had an interest in this program or other qualities that we felt like would be a good fit, and then we picked them from there. So next year we hope to open those applications a little earlier just to give people more time to apply, but the application itself will likely remain the same. So.
Is there a limit? Was it 8?
We had 8 this year. Normally about the max we can have is 10.
Okay. It sounds great. Looks like it was a great program.
The applicant pool was Rutherford County high school students?
Yes, so it was open to anyone as long as they were able to get to and from Patterson Park at the beginning and end of the day, but all of our applicants did end up coming from Rutherford County and from Murfreesboro specifically.
Did you market through the schools?
Yeah, so we did a lot of marketing through the schools, through science teachers, guidance counselors, kind of trying to connect with those people that connected with those students on the most regular basis, and then also just word of mouth in places like Patterson and also other community spaces like the library. So,
Well, I just commend you for the investment, not only the students, but helping them to understand the value of working in the community as well. Outstanding.
We were very proud of each and every one of them, and we're excited to see what they all do in the future. So,
I just want to add, this was such a great program to see come to fruition. It's super innovative. I don't know of any other program like this in the state, and even looking outside of the state. So super proud of Caitlin and her staff. They did a phenomenal job, especially just stepping into a new program like that. And learning as she goes, and she did a fantastic job, as well as the staff. I feel like the kids just really blossomed in it. I was able to pop in several times over the summer, and to see those kids grow through that 8 weeks was amazing.
Had a thought, just throw something out there. These 8 folks could be, have a testimony as to what they got out of it. And I don't know if you've already gotten some.
we've got some stuff in the works with John with City TV that we're hoping we'll have a video put together that does have some of their testimony added in it. So we'll be able to share that with other folks as well.
Great.
Awesome.
Awesome program. Lots of good comments. So
Thank you, everyone.
You know I'm going to ask you about a bird survey. Are bird people still out there?
Sorry?
Are bird people still out there doing surveys?
Yep, so our nest box monitoring season is over for the summer, but we had our ornithologist that was doing some surveys earlier this year, and she's still rounding up that data for us. But
Okay, very good.
We will make sure to bring you a report when we get the
Please.
final.
Always interested.
We
It's
also
always fun
take
to share the
volunteers to
bird.
help if you want to, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
I know.
Come out.
We can all volunteer some out there. Yeah. Keep the duck hunters away for sure. So, yeah. Thank you, Caitlin.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next item, Brittany Garrett. How you doing, Brittany?
Good.
Great.
How's everyone today? Coming to bring to you a new, we're going to launch the girls flag football. Flag football has grown tremendously, especially in the state of Tennessee. This will mirror our current flag football program, which we will offer this in the springtime. This girls flag football just got recognized as a sanctioned TSSA sport, and we will actually host the state championships at Richard Siegel Soccer Park this year for TSSA. Right now, we're going to focus on the ages of 9 to 13, and this is going to prepare them for high school. Don't think there's a program around this area that is actually hosting girls flag football right now. So this is something we're going to launch in the spring. Registration will start in January and February, and the program will run from March to the end of May. We're excited about this, yes. Any questions?
Very neat.
Well, I am pleased that you are growing the sport, because after seeing the inaugural season at the high school last year, it is going to catch on. The crowds were impressive, very athletic. They just got to get that football IQ up a little bit.
Yeah.
You need to check it out. Very entertaining.
So I believe this is just an update item. It follows the same model as we have for regular flag football. So just an update that we're increasing the opportunities for that program. So an update item.
And then that we're going to have the state championship here. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
that's-
hosted the inaugural. It wasn't voted on until June, but we hosted that this past May at Siegel, and now we'll actually host the official first state championship as a sanctioned sport with TSSA at Siegel.
Very cool. Any other questions for Brittany? Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Got Mr. Mark Owens, going to give us an update on St. Clair Senior Citizen Center.
Good afternoon, Commission. I'm here to answer any questions and to brag a little bit about the best department in Parks and Recreation, St. Clair Senior Center. I'm sure Missy sent all the reports out to everybody. Does anybody have any specific questions?
I was was afraid it was a targeted mailing when I first got it. I noticed, I was relieved that everyone else had it.
Yes. That's our Senior Connection. That's the book we pass out every 2 months. It has all our activities, our trips, our program, everything in there. We've grown a long way since I've been here almost 7 years. We had before just a 2-page calendar, front and back. And as you can see, we had to go to a 12-page booklet now. We have that many activities and programs going on. Just some statistical numbers for this past year. We had a total number of 107,000 sign-ins, which means we are offering things that the senior population definitely want to participate in. Our numbers increased to about over 2,500 from 2,400 over the past year. Just from July to now, we've already probably signed up 112 new members. We're seeing that we're starting to get the younger seniors in, the ones just turning 60. We've had seniors who are 59 and just like, you know, when can I join? 60, they come on their birthday to join. Prime example, today was our trip sign-up day. The first lady got there at 3:17 a.m. because she wanted to make sure she got her trips.
Oh my goodness.
We open at 6. I get there at 4:35 to let them in, give them coffee, let them, you know, sit, control the environment. But 51 people was at the door when I opened it up this morning. So that just, you know, it's early. I'll be the first to admit it, but it shows you what we have to offer is what they want. So.
Did you have the coffee ready, Mark?
3 pots of regular, 2 pots of decaf.
What's the number one thing that brings people in, would you think?
I would say our customer service, the environment, super friendly. Like when we're doing tours, the seniors themselves sell St. Clair more than I can give them a tour. Because as I walk by, this is our computer lab. The people in the computer lab, they'll just start talking about the computer lab. You know, the different groups, the seniors promote St. Clair so much, they make people feel welcome. I can probably say, probably wasn't always like that, but now people are definitely treating St. Clair as their second home.
Any other questions for Mark?
I commend you on the diversity, the different activities. You've got something for everyone
Yes, ma'am.
here. So it's just exciting to hear about it. I'll be eligible to join you in about 10 years.
We'll be there. We will be there. Well, that's one thing we pride ourselves on. If you look in our book, we try to offer something for everybody. But at the very least, the socialization. We have several seniors. They don't do any exercise classes. They don't do any trips. They sit around, drink coffee, and just talk to their friends. And that's perfectly fine.
Well, years ago, I was on that particular commission, and this group is open to sharing when they're displeased about something.
Yes, they will.
They don't hold back. They will share if they're frustrated about something. And I can honestly say I have heard nothing but positive comments about the operation of St. Clair now. And you're to be commended, and your staff and everybody that's putting their time and effort into our senior citizens, which I am a part. But you've done an exceptional job, and I just really appreciate what you've done. And like I say, from a standpoint that realize how far you've come.
If I could just add, when we meshed the senior center into the Parks and Recreation Department, brought Mark in, Bill, like you were saying, it's just more of no strings attached, just fun at the facility, and that's what Mark and his team excel at. There's something for everybody, and I think that they're just really setting a good standard in what senior centers could be and should be across the state.
Excellent job, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Mark. Great report.
Thank you.
Lynn Caldwell,
Good afternoon. Try to get this down
what else is
here.
going on?
We've always got stuff happening, and I cannot Okay, I can't get that on there. One thing I was going to say, that was an interesting question. We do a lot of marketing and videos and things like that out there at the senior center. And I always ask people, whether we're talking about exercise classes or their trips, you know, what's something that brings you here? And hands down, every time the answer is just the welcoming atmosphere and how people feel when they walk in their doors. And I just think that's really neat. We're appreciative of that. Okay, there we go. So we have a lot going on. Also, when you talked about the birds, we did just wrap up our Hummingbird Festival. That was last weekend. And Rachel, I don't know that we have numbers yet, but it definitely was probably the biggest one that we've had to date. It was an incredible event, and a lot of people came out, and just a really great time celebrating all the different conservation things and hummingbirds and lots of things for families. So that was a great event. We're also really busy into athletics now here for the fall, and we're full throttle with football and cheer, adult softball, and then also all of our advantage sports are taking place right now. Some of our updates for you, Patterson, it will be sometime this month, so we're really excited. I don't know if you've seen, we've posted some more videos and things lately, but the playground and splash pad and new parking is almost ready, so we will definitely let you guys know when we have that grand opening, but we're really excited about that. This is a picture up here of Veterans Park. Obviously, we still have a little ways to go, but they're working daily on that, and we're really excited about that. And then Old Fort, they will be laying the turf in the next few weeks, and we're looking at a November date to kind of reopen that area as well. Some of our upcoming events, of course, we always have Miracle League happening. Remember, that's every Friday and Saturday. Invite you to always come out and just catch a game. It'll be the best part of your weekend. We have the Greenway Art Festival, and that's going to be on the 20th of this month. We are actually holding that at Cannonsburg this year, so we're excited about that. It'll be a really neat time to come out, see some authentic art. There's both a junior section and adults, and then live entertainment and all sorts of things. One of our favorites, the Puppy Plunge, as we close Borough Beach. We just had the Labor Day Borough Bash, and that was a big success. And then they'll be cleaning things up and getting things ready for the next season. We have Harvest Days, Barfield Bash, and as you guys learned last month, the Village After Dark is one of our new events that we're going to have out at Cannonsburg. So that'll be fun in October. Any questions?
Good stuff. So I'll mention right now that, thank you, Lynn. Nate mentioned that we will not have a Recreation Commission meeting next month. So we'll meet again in November. But that doesn't mean all you guys can't show up at all this October festivals and puppy plunge and haunted hay rides and all that stuff. So hope everybody gets, there's a lot going on next month. So no, it's going to be fun. Thank you, Lynn.
I'm intrigued by the program called Seniors Acting Up.
Yes. Are you saying you're part of that group now? Are you going to claim that one?
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it does sound fun, doesn't it? You, I, and Bill, we can show up for that one.
If the shoe fits.
Yeah.
It was interesting, there was a piece on Morning News about the move of the Greenway Arts Festival because it had outgrown the space that we were holding it in. I think that's kind of neat that we've come to that place to where it's outgrown its home, you know, when we were doing it on the Greenway. So anyway, that's it's going to be exciting to see it at Cannonsburg.
I think it's certainly a good place for it, especially as we work on the Town Creek project. And we're trying to really stem that into a situation where we revitalize Cannonsburg. And I think the Arts Festival will be a good place to have it at Cannonsburg for years to come, just to help, you know, invigorate that area, especially with the opening of Town Creek.
Idea.
Mr. Don Turner, did the Golf Commission have a milestone event here last month?
We did, Mr. Chairman. We celebrated our 40th anniversary, August the 24th. The course has been open 40 years. Old Fort Golf Course is in excellent shape right now. It is very busy. The weather has been conducive to golf. Little wind, dry, warm. So we're staying very busy. But we're thankful. We've been there 40 years. I think I got to play the first weekend, so I've played on it a long time.
Very good. I know it's nice now too, so.
It's in good shape.
Yeah, good for you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna call on Thomas. I know that Mark said he had the best facility, but I know you've got the happiest one that you look after. So just asking you about the Miracle Field.
We do.
And maybe what's going on out there.
We're in the middle of the fall season, so we play Friday nights at 6 and 7, then on Saturdays at 9, 10, 11, and 12. So anytime during that period you drive by and want to stop in, catch a game, grab a hot dog, it's a great environment, and you'll leave with a little bit better than when you came.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. Any other business for the commission or any comments that anyone wants to make? If not, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you so much.